show you guys that you can pull up on a screen whatever you think you want to do for your stencil shape for this project. So I decided to do a leaf because it's fall. That seemed fun. With this, I'm going to take a piece of tracing paper. So notice it's a very transparent piece of paper, and I can hold it on top of my screen. If you're working with a Chromebook, you can lay your screen flat on the table. So I'm going to go ahead and take this and trace it, and then I'm going to show you how to use this tracing paper to transfer it to the actual stencil you want to create. I have my super light tracing of this little leaf shape I'm going to work on. I'm going to flip this page over and scribble all over the back of it. So take a look. Can you see me here? I've got the tracing side, and then I'm going to flip it over. One thing, I traced really light because of the touch screen. Every time I touched the screen, it would move. So I was using like the tip of my pencil as I was drawing. So I'm going to go over this so it's a little darker. Makes it easier for me to see. You could even go over it with a pen really quick, get that line drawing down. Now, there's the trace. I'm going to flip it. On the back side, I'm going to take a pencil, like an ebony pencil or a number 2 pencil. I'm scribbling all over where those lines are. So I've scribbled on the back side. I'm going to flip it around again. Notice how you can still see. I can still see on the front side the drawing that I traced. I'm going to hold this onto my card right now, and I'm going to trace it one more time. So with the graphite rubbing down and the line drawing up, take a pencil or a ballpoint pen, anything that will press firmly and give you a nice sharp line. So I've just traced over it, and when I peel it back, look how it's left that ghost image onto the cardstock, and I'm ready to cut this out. Once you've traced your image onto there, you could also free draw it, I don't care. Just sometimes you guys pick things that are really complicated. You're gonna go ahead and cut this cardstock out. This will become your stencil. That's the thing you're gonna trace. I wanna talk about cutting for a second. When we cut a stencil, the scissors always walk forward. It's the card that you see me rotating. Scissors only cut in one direction. I always find kids that are doing these crazy, like upside down aerobic trick. Notice I'm curving the card. Scissors never move, and they're just taking little bites. With your stencil cut out, I want you guys to take your paper and you're gonna trace that stencil, let's say 5 to 7 times. Push it around the paper, move it to different spots. It's okay if it goes off the edge. The first layer of tracing you're gonna do 5 to 7 times. Once you've traced it 5 to 7 times across the page, kind of spreading them out, I want you to give it the lightest shading you possibly can. This is an exercise in controlling the pressure of your pencil. So notice how I'm going to use just the very side of my pencil. I'm going to draw as lightly as I possibly can. Almost no pressure. I tell kids that when you grip your pencil really hard like this, you tend to press really hard. If you can change your grip and kind of make sure it's loose in your hand, you won't press as hard and you will get a lighter value off of your pencil. You can smooth it out a little bit using your pinky finger. Shade all of your first stencils in this same very light value. When you're done with that, you're going to go ahead and take your stencil again and you're going to create the second layer. So the second layer is underneath the first layer. Think of it, I do the leaves because I think it makes you think of a pile of leaves. These leaves are on, then there's leaves underneath. So for the second layer, trace it, let's say 3 to 5 times. You decide how you want to fill your page. Everyone should overlap. So this is on top. I'm going to take my leaf shape again. I'm going to trace it, but I'm not tracing over. I'm only tracing the parts that are outside of that first layer. For your second layer, you need to go a little bit darker. First layer was super light. Second layer, I need to push a little bit harder with my pencil. In these tight areas, I work in small circles. make a slightly darker value. I finished layer 1, I've got layer 2, time for a third layer of the stencil, and again it's underneath, so I'm going to underlap it 3 to 5 times again. Once again you're going darker, so I've got my light value, a medium value, and now on these ones I just traced I want a really dark value. So I'm changing the grip on my pencil. I'm going to grip it a little harder and I want to press a little bit harder. Light value, medium, and dark value. Your final step for this is to, using an ebony pencil, you're going to color all the negative space. So that's all the extra space in the drawing. Really, really dark. You finish 4 values: light, medium, dark, and black. In this assignment, not only did you learn to control the pressure of your pencil to create those 4 different values, you should also be seeing that light value brings things closer to us. It looks like it's on top or in front. Dark values start to sit further and further away. So value creates depth.